TJ DeSantis, Julie Kazzy, Memorial Hall here in KC. Johnson in the all black. Kazzy with the print. Quick hands there off the kick, now in the clinch. Kazzy able to push Johnson into the fence. She thought a lot of this fight early would be jockeying for position. And here it is.
Yeah, and you can see she's using her head to pin Claire Johnson up against the fence. Claire had some good hands there, but Kazzy was able to kind of get in there and get a grip. Now Claire is grabbing around the, she went to the overhook position, and she's using her leg to kind of try and prevent Kazzy from throwing too many knees.
Looked like Johnson was trying to circle off the cage there for a brief moment, but Kazzy shut it down, still controlling the posture here.
And Kazzy has that right underhook that she's using to kind of push her position, to push Claire up against the cage and try to work more. You can see that Claire's wrapping around her head to prevent leverage for striking. That doesn't, coming to that overhook is going to allow her actually to find a position to create space. Nice little knee there from Kazzy. Nice spin off there by Claire.
Now we see Johnson lowering the elevation, trying to get at the legs of Kazzy, unable to do so. Nice elbow, though, there inside the clinch.
Yeah, they're showing some really nice clinch work, really nice dirty boxing and dirty, I guess, kickboxing, so to speak. Going for the single leg now.
Nicely done there by Johnson. Kazzy trying to get a guard, half butterfly here early. Just past 90 seconds down in this fight. Show little right hands off of her back here by Kazzy.
And you can see the Johnson's right butterfly hook right there is a little bit shut down. She hasn't been able to get to a position to elevate with it quite yet because of Kazzy's positioning and her pressure. Now as Kazzy turns, she gives her more space with which to work, but her head is also giving Johnson a little bit of pressure up against the cage. It's hard to move with your head on that angle.
Johnson doing a good job as well, not allowing Kazzy to really close that guard. She has a full guard now, but Johnson stacks, makes some space.
And you can see she's trying to pass the legs over to get that full pass. She went to the right the first time. Now she's on the left side of Kazzy's body, now into half guard.
Past the halfway point of this first round, Claire Johnson in the half guard here of Jordan Kazzy.
Kazzy is controlling the posture of Johnson, holding her head down so she can't get big positions to hit from. It still allows for the elbow to kind of come up and swing over the top, and this is a professional fight now, so they should be able to utilize elbows quite a bit.
First time for elbows in their MMA careers. Also, right now, officially into the longest round of their MMA careers, past the 3-minute point. As a pro, you're allowed 5 minutes to work, and Claire Johnson trying to do so with that left hand.
And if you notice the way Claire Johnson's head is actually, it's being controlled. Kazzy's got her arm over the top, but Johnson's pushing that arm, or she was pushing that arm into the cage, which actually trapped Kazzy's arm as well. Now she doesn't quite have that leverage point. But that's a nice thing to do to somebody to make them relinquish their own grip.
Kazzy felt, despite the fact that her opponent was from Denver, that the longer this fight went, that it would swing in her advantage. So she may just be biding her time a little bit and trying to make the most of her opportunity when it arises. But right now, this is big for Claire Johnson, controlling this round.
Yeah, she's doing a good job of control. She's trying to find her strikes. Kazzy's able to shut them down both by controlling the head and kind of doing bicep control, wrist control, swinging around. But Johnson's landing some in there, and the ones she's landing seem to be fairly hard. I think rattling them, there's a caution about losing position when you let go and you really do hard ground and pound. It looks almost as though she's shifted, as if she's going to try and set something up with that arm there, TJ. Hard to tell from this angle. I'm going to look through the cage now.
You mentioned that posture of Johnson, really not posturing up and allowing any space. Sometimes we see fighters get this close to the fence on the bottom and try to use that wall to walk up and get back to their feet, but Johnson hasn't allowed Kazzy to really get that space for the opportunity to do so.
Yeah, it's an excellent controlling method to really pull them away. If you get your opponent parallel to the cage on their back, it's a lot harder for them to utilize that. They really have to get to a position where they can crunch up and use the cage for space. They have to, basically shoulders or hips need to be in contact in such a way, or feet, so that they can start to push. Nice shots there. That's when you open up at the end. Sometimes people hear that 10-second clap and they start to go.
We'll see what adjustments Jordan Kazzy looks to make here. She controlled the clinch in the early part of the first round, but then had a bit of a fortune reversal. We'll see how round 2 starts here.
Johnson's entering this round all smiles. She definitely is showing some conditioning, staying balancing there.
Now back into the clinch, exchange of knees.
And you can see Kazzy's throwing in combination. She's throwing with a discipline. You know, she's looking for those right shots, but she's bringing her hands back up to her face. She's showing experience out there. Claire is moving around, though. She seems more fluid, more confident almost.
Ripping knees to the body there is Johnson. Now back into clinch battle up against the fence. Double underhooks here for Kazzy.
Yeah, and that's a wonderful position to be in if you utilize them correctly. You drop them around. Now she's actually pulled one of them. She's using it to brace against Claire Johnson's face. I think she needs to shift her butt just a little bit more to the side in order to get that knee, and they break apart.
Kazzy, an amateur Muay Thai champion. See if she can get some of those Muay Thai skills going here.
Stay sharp.
Combination of punches into the clinch there. Now Johnson puts her back into the fence.
Big knee right there. You can see, yeah, once again, Kazzy's kind of getting into that brace position with the underhook and the other hand over the head, pushing the head down in order to find a big knee. Johnson is pushing on against her hips, trying to prevent that from happening, and it was able to tip it over. Nice.
Really sense the weight well there and gets on top for her troubles. Claire Johnson going to work. Half guard here. Guard is open. We'll see if Johnson wants to look to pass or is content to control this. Half guard's a really good ground and pound type of position.
It is. When your posture, when you kind of have a control or a sense of your posture or what strikes you're able to throw off, she's really able to generate a lot of power by the way she's swinging her elbow and her shoulder, kind of getting those winging punches. Ooh, nice little foot scramble going on there right now, TJ. Johnson's hips are actually slightly high on here. Kazzy has the opportunity to insert her right knee and push off the cage. I'm not sure if she feels that. But Johnson's very smothering here.
Halfway point of the fight here. Action right in front of us. Kazzy trying to push off the fence, maybe induce a scramble. Johnson shuts it down. Full guard now for Kazzy.
This full guard will allow her to open up some more, possibilities for submissions instead of having the one butterfly hook in, but she's not really utilizing it yet. Big punch there from the top from Johnson.
Scramble ensues here. Kazzy elected to throw a punch back at her instead of moving, and now is controlled from side mount.
And that was really well done, TJ. Johnson just pushed the legs over like butter, and now she's in a good side control position. She's looking to move to mount, but she's also just looking to get those bowling ball of the shots out there, like big motion.
Knee on belly here for Claire Johnson. 90 seconds left in the second round. Massive control here by the Grizzly.
You can see Kazzy rolling over, getting on her edge, trying to find a way to block these shots, but she's getting hit a lot from these positions, TJ.
Beautiful elbows here by Johnson.
Now the problem with the way Kazzy is shutting down Claire Johnson's big ground and pound by reaching over the head and connecting her arms over the armpit and over the top of the head, but she needs to do something with it. She needs a transitional position from there because it's pretty easy for Johnson to pop out of that when she wants to by shifting her hips. Ooh.
Oh, beautiful elbow again by Johnson. See if she tries to posture up and land another. Less than a minute remains here in the second round. A lot of this damage has come from this half guard position.
And this is these are those opportunities where you really have to look for if I'm going to hold position or I'm going to sprint the punches and try to get that finish in. She's driving that knee over, trying to get to the mount. Doesn't give her a lot of space to brace on her right, though. She has to be kind of cautious of her posture. Nice strikes, though, there.
Final 10 seconds here in round number 2.
Kazzy's feet are on the fence. She's looking for a way to spin off and to brace. I saw a little knee on neck there at the end, too.
All legal.
Yeah.
Final 5 minutes for these flyweights. Kazzy said she thought she would have to weather the storm and wait for her opportunity. That opportunity may be now or never.
You know, if you just watch the footwork of these two fighters, too, Kazzy's, she is showing that Muay Thai kind of structure in her stance, whereas Claire's kind of bouncing a little bit more longer stance. Muay Thai has some brilliant strikes. But sometimes in MMA, oh, look at that, drags her right down while I'm pontificating. Excuse me. Anyway, they're on the ground, so I'll stop talking about stances.
Right back into that half guard, a position that Johnson has been in all fight long. We'll see if there's any urgency here by Kazzy to try to initiate a scramble and get back to her feet.
Ooh, nice.
Slicing elbows there. Kazzy able to get back to a full guard.
And you can see Johnson is smushing her head up against, using her forehead to put Kazzy's head at an unnatural angle to make it hard for her to kind of stretch and get enough space to start launching submissions. If Kazzy wants to go for submissions, she's got to get her body to the side. She's got to get some sort of angle so that she can create more space.
We mentioned the similarities between these two women. Both are Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu blue belts. We'll see if Kazzy can get something going here from off her back. But right now, Johnson stacked up in this guard, raining down some punches.
Now that's an interestingly dangerous position for Johnson to be in for too long if her wrists get controlled. Yeah, sitting up there and like having your hips back and then generating hard from the top is really kind of a safer way to throw those ground and pound punches. You can see Kazzy's come over. She's on a single leg right now. Johnson's still in top position though.
Trying to get on the back now is Johnson. She does and has that right arm isolated as well.
She does, and her legs are locked around. I feel like she can pull and go for that belly down armbar. She's got to get a little bit more leverage and kind of yank through and then roll all the way, which is what she's doing right now, rolling onto her back.
Very patient now, maybe inverted triangle attempt here by Johnson. Won't that be something? Now going for the armbar.
Nice.
There it is, it is done. Claire Johnson picks up the first win of her professional career. An armbar comes in round number 3. The Grizzly getting it done in her Invicta FC debut.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes 2 minutes, 20 seconds of the third round for your winner by way of tap out due to armbar, and now undefeated, Claire Grizzly Johnson.
A third round armbar for the Grizzly, Claire Johnson. Getting it done tonight in Kansas City. Gonzalez. Touch of gloves, we are underway. Southpaw Sanchez. Gonzalez takes the center of the octagon. Mixing up kicks early, a hard right hand there by Sanchez, and Pearl initiates the clinch. Trying to go for a throw is Gonzalez, but the black belt and BJJ trying to roll through it.
Yeah, and that head and arm throw, one of the dangers of that is that your opponent can slip and take your back there. You can see Sanchez is trying now to crawl over to the back. She's trying to get a hook in around Pearl's left arm. Pearl's turning into her. She's got her pinned on the fence, but you can see Sanchez is still working to get foot hooks in. A lot of hair in the face, which has got to be a little bit irritating.
Gonzalez able to get in the guard now of Sanchez. Sanchez looking to get back to her feet.
And, yep, Pearl pulls her down by connecting her hands and just kind of sliding through. There's some blood on the canvas. I don't know if that's already been there. I can't really see their face. Oh, I can't see Pearl's face very well. Sanchez looks unblemished so far. She's trapping Pearl's head and keeping it down to avoid ground and pound there.
We talk about the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt of Brogan Sanchez. For Pearl, does she want to put Sanchez into the fence or allow her that space to move?
Well, I think Sanchez would be able to, she's got kind of the tool set to use either one, but if I were Pearl, I would get her somewhere where I can pin her heavy, you know, enact heavy damage, have her try for a submission or a sweep, and then just get to my feet. I like the way she's putting her knee, or she's attempting to use her knee to pin Sanchez's right hand, because Sanchez is using that kind of as a hook to create space. Good short little elbow there.
2 minutes down here in this first round.
And Pearl's got to be careful. When she threw that elbow, she kind of overextended there. And once that elbow gets past the center line, it does allow for more control and the possibility of a submission. I like the way she's pinning the head and kind of having it pushed away from the torso, though. Makes it hard to move your body when your neck's pinned in an awkward position.
Feet on the hips there by Sanchez, able to push off and get back to her feet. Another throw by Gonzalez. This one executed much better than the first go-around.
And Pearl Gonzalez has excellent jiu-jitsu and excellent throws. You know, those aren't my flavor of throws necessarily, but she does them extremely well. You know, she's very committed to them, and she has the scrambling ability to get out if it doesn't go her way. Now she's pinned up against the cage, and Sanchez is kind of creating space, trying to find a way to put damage on her.
Going back to your question earlier, I think the nose may be bloodied of Pearl Gonzalez.
Oh, nice elbow.
Elbow there now. Gonzalez trying to get in for another throw there. Sanchez putting the pressure on, making space and launching some beautiful strikes.
And it's really smart of Sanchez to be on the inside like that. That inside line where she's got the plum, she's yanking the head around and looking for ways to strike from there. And Pearl's walking around to the side, trying to pick up that leg. Now she's trying to pick up both legs. Sanchez is putting pressure on the head to cross face and get out. Oh, and her balance is gone.
Nicely done there by Pearl Gonzalez. Pushing the head away is Sanchez, trying to make some space and pop back up. Very relentless with that takedown attempt, and the effort paid off for Pearl Gonzalez.
It did, and I like the way she's wrapping around the legs, and she's trying to create a long, kind of stiff position on Sanchez to make it hard for her to get on an edge, to turn and bring kind of an elbow to a knee for escape purposes. I love the drive too, like the way Pearl's driving kind of forward with her feet as she's moving there. That's smart.
The right arm of Pearl Gonzalez was kind of trapped under the body of Sanchez, and she gets it free now. She was actually using it to have a 2-on-1 on that right arm.
She's got to be careful right here to keep her hands to the inside, kind of keep them from being overextended.
Final 10 seconds of this opening round.
Nice pin there. I like those elbows that Sanchez is throwing to the top of the head. That can create a lot of blood. But Pearl's doing a really nice job of staying pressure on if that damage is going to emerge again, or that damage attempt is going to emerge more in the clinch.
Round 2 underway here in our main event. Flyweights, Pearl Gonzalez, Brogan, Sanchez.
Sanchez is circling to her left, which is into the power side of Gonzalez.
See an effort here thus far in this early part of the second round to kickbox at range.
Yeah, they're still kind of trying to measure out where they can get those hard strikes without clinching up. Nicely done. They're both kicking at the same time, and it's not really doing much to the other, but there's a nice interruption there with the angle of Sanchez's kick so that Pearl's doesn't go all the way through.
Kick answered by a right hand from Sanchez. Both these women, I think, trying to find the rhythm on when to throw and try to find a target. And applying that right hand to Sanchez.
Yeah, I think some more inside leg kicks would be useful. because it doesn't seem as though, you know, these kind of one-shot hits that are missing don't seem to be helping them progress or move forward to like a double jab.
Gonzalez definitely aggressive with these push kicks. Sanchez tries to land one of her own.
And Sanchez will begin a kick or begin a punch even while the other one has been thrown. So like she'll throw a punch and a kick will be coming, or she'll throw a kick and then her punch, before her foot is on the ground, she's throwing, you know, she's throwing again. That's kind of unnerving. It's hard to see when you're the opponent because it's hard to track what's coming from where. She has a very unpredictable way of placing her attacks.
Hard punching combination by Sanchez, but doesn't find a home. Nice right hand by Gonzalez. Past the halfway point of our main event. These ladies really loading up, not setting up, not a lot of, you know, shots to get a reaction and then come with a harder shot. Would you like to see that change at all here?
Yeah, I mean, I think we need some fakes and feints. We need some combinations because otherwise it's mostly the air getting beaten up, TJ, and both of them are very capable strikers in their own way. I think they're cautious and not committing because each knows the other has the ability to counter hard. Nice teep there. It may be just that both are trying to avoid the clinch right now, but ooh, very nicely done.
Sanchez kick landed to the back of the leg there of Gonzalez.
Yeah, and I think they're both fairly good counter strikers too, so they're kind of waiting for the hit that they can hit off of, and you saw that in Sanchez's low kick.
Now into the clinch goes Gonzalez, trying to get that throw. Sanchez able to counter it, ends up in top position. Gonzalez still has a hold of her head.
And I can't see the angle of Sanchez's hands. It's a little bit of a better camera angle. Yeah, but she's trying to push to that mount. She's keeping her left leg out for a base in case Pearl tries to do something explosive. She does have that arm kind of pinned up against, or the shoulder pinned against the cage.
Gonzalez trying to use the fence to walk and maybe get a scramble going.
And in doing so, it looks like she's given up her back. Not fully. You can see she's still turning, but she needs to turn all the way through. Yep.
And she does, nicely done by Pearl Gonzalez. Now in the guard here of the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt and Brogan Sanchez. 30 seconds left to work in the round.
And Sanchez is trapping her head, but not doing anything with her legs quite yet, not climbing them up. Pearl's getting her posture back, and you know, trying to get that big, heavy ground and pound. Sanchez has grabbed over the head. I think she's trying to isolate the right arm with her left fingers. Doesn't look like she's successful right there. And she's turning her hip. Oh.
10 minutes in the books here between these flyweights.
Sanchez would try to get to the inside and really control on the inside, especially clinch stuff. She was doing very well in the clinch in some of the earlier exchanges, but
final 5 minutes of the
just
action is
running right
picked
in
up
there
here to start the third. I don't think either of these ladies can feel comfortable about where the scorecards are standing. We see Brogan Sanchez now pushing Gonzalez into the fence.
She's got the double underhook. So you can see Gonzalez around, like wrapping around the head, looking either for that head and arm throw, or it looks like she was going for an up elbow. Pushing against the face. Nice little elbow there.
Force Sanchez to disengage and go back to space. Pearl able to circle off the fence. Now Gonzalez initiates the clinch.
Yeah, she just kind of ran in for that one. She's got that underhook, and Sanchez is digging to get that position back. So she has, Sanchez is in double underhooks. And Pearl's pressing on her head. Her feet are pretty close together right there.
Combination of punches lands for Pearl Gonzalez.
And those look hard. I really liked doubling up on the right hand there. That's a successful technique for her. And again, it's just like the kick and the punch like right afterwards for Sanchez. It's hard to track that.
Now back into the clinch. Trying to angle off that head of Sanchez for a knee is Gonzalez.
Yeah, and that's a really smart thing to do. Push that head away, create space right there. It's distracting and it makes your opponent have to focus. You know, having your head pushed away, you have to focus on getting back your control. Pearl's throwing those nice little knees to the inside of the thigh, and Sanchez is returning now. Nice rip around there to get Pearls back to the cage.
In this close fight, every second that you're controlling your opponent on the fence could be the factor if this fight goes the full 15 minutes. Now Gonzalez lowering her elevation for a takedown, but Sanchez wise to it. Nice knee to the body.
Now, I really like the way she's using her head and she's using her arm to kind of pin. Well, those elbows might, well, I don't know if the ref called it. Nice slam there.
Beautifully done by Pearl Gonzalez.
So as Gonzalez was setting up that double leg, it looked as though Sanchez was throwing those downward elbows. I don't know if the ref called her for that or not, but now Gonzalez was able still to get that beautiful double leg.
12-6 elbows, referee's discretion. John McCarthy says they're a myth.
Well, I think they exist, but for damage, I understand what you mean. Now, look at the way on the ground, actually, that 12-6 elbow works quite well when it's a 3-9. You can push on the head, and I think Sanchez was trying to do a couple of those, but Pearl was pushing in again, really putting pressure on her and forcing her backward. From here, Sanchez has the opportunity to twist her hips, but she's got to get the right opening there for it. There's some room for her to maneuver, but it doesn't, yeah, it seems like Pearl's just extremely strong, extremely balanced right there.
Touch under 90 seconds left in the fight. Pearl Gonzalez in the close guard here. Brogan Sanchez. Left hand to the body.
I think Sanchez is trying to set up a triangle there with the pressure on the head and the arm. Pearl gets her posture. Nice.
Doubling up on that left elbow. Right hand by Gonzalez. .60 seconds remain. Really loading up on these shots on the floor is Pearl Gonzalez.
Yeah, she frees her wrists and then uses the other kind of trap to yank out and slam over the top.
You can feel the momentum moving into the corner of Pearl Gonzalez here. Touch over 30 seconds.
And Sanchez is kind of, she's not using her hips quite enough. She's putting her feet on the hips to try and create space and an active scramble. Nice. Back up on her feet, and Pearl's right in there attempting the double leg again.
Sanchez has his body lock.
She does. You know, Pearl tried for the head and arm choke again, or head and arm trip again, I'm sorry, and wasn't able to get that, and it gave Sanchez some momentum there. And now it's just kind of digging in. It's about digging in on that inside and overwhelming, trying to keep Pearl from getting real damage on those strikes.
15 minutes in the books between Brogan Sanchez and Pearl Gonzalez.
Ladies and gentlemen, having gone the distance, we go to the scorecards. All three judges saw it the same, 30-27 for your winner by unanimous decision, Pearl Chi-Town Princess Gonzalez.
A unanimous decision goes the way of Pearl Gonzalez. I think Hope Chase threw 4 punches before she got to the center of the cage.
A lot of fast twitch muscle fiber. When you see her angling for that front leg with side kicks, Collie's tried to counter that with a takedown.
We talk about the stand-up experience of Hope Chase. There's a big question mark, though, about her ground game. We'll see if that is tested early. It looks like it may be on the mind of Megan Collie to get the fight to the floor. Hard right hand into another takedown attempt, but it is Chase that's able to reverse the position now on top of Collie.
Reverse the position and step over into the half guard fairly quickly.
Closed half here for Collie. Chase trying to make some separation and push on the head there of the killer.
Now, you can see where Chase's knee is. Actually, her hips are a little bit high in this position. She needs to make sure she keeps a nice, good base in order to prevent Collie from tilting her over or trying to reverse that position. You can see Collie's grabbing all the way around, trying to keep her connected. I think that feeling those punches really got into her head already. I think that Hope has hit her hard already quite a few times in the short space of this fight. Nice elbows.
Forces Collie to let go, and now the Hurricane trying to throw some bombs down.
My goodness.
Overwhelming her, but now trying to flower in for that leg is Chase. Doesn't have the position to go for a leg lock.
Yeah, she...
Armbar maybe upcoming.
Oh, nicely done there by Collie. Chase is connecting her hands, trying to rip that elbow out. It's important for her to stay connected to Collie's hips. Oh, and she's out. She clears.
She said she wanted to smash, and right now she's trying to do just that. 2 minutes into this first round. And Hope Chase showing that she has strikes on the feet and on the floor.
Collie's kind of trying for that gift wrap position. Her own right arm is tied, Chase is trying for that gift wrap position, and Collie has tied up her right arm with her legs.
Credit Collie. I mean, this is not a position she wants to be in, but she's stayed composed. She had the offensive mindset to try to wrap up an arm, but right now she needs to get in a much better position if she wants to try to throw something up like that again.
Yeah, with her arms tied up, it's actually inhibiting her vision too. She's got to use her legs and use her hips to kind of figure her way out of this position. Chase is using this as an opportunity to hit to the body. You can see Collie's trying to wrap around that arm again. She's rolling to her stomach, which gives up her back. Not necessarily the smartest thing to do unless she had a strategy of going for a foot again. It doesn't look like she was able to get one.
Chase content to ride this back here without any hooks in, and you can see,
big
hard
shots.
right hands. Covering up is Megan Collie, trying to weather the Hurricane.
You know, and it's interesting, yeah. Hope Chase does not have she doesn't have hooks in with her feet, so she is able to be rolled, but now rolling to her back, she has those hooks now. She's got her ankles crossed, not something that is advised a lot of the time, but she also has her arm almost all the way under Collie's chin. Now Collie's fighting hands, she's looking to improve her position. She's freed her chin, nope, never mind, her chin's in there and out there, TJ.
Now working this rear naked choke, body triangle locked on, and there is the tap. It is done. Hurricane Hope Chase. Impressive in victory tonight in her Invicta FC debut, and the storm doesn't end there.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes 3 minutes, 28 seconds of the first round. For your winner by way of tap out due to rear naked choke, Hurricane Hope Chase.
TJ DeSantis, Julie Kazzy, Memorial Hall here in Kansas City, Kansas. Tonight, the site of Invicta FC 37. Hansen in the black rash guard.
You can see Hansen already took the center of the octagon. She already got in there. Nice high kick there from Kiotti.
Mentioned the Muay Thai base of the Brazilian. Hansen now initiating the wrestling game. Tied up against the fence.
And Hansen kept that forward pressure into the knee, so that even when she was being hit, she was still able to wrap the Brazilian up and have her in a pin position. Hansen's always had impressive wrestling. So,
on display right there, now trying to get on the back of the Brazilian, right hook in.
And it looks like her hair is caught. Oh, she pulled it out. It looks like her hair was caught, and now she's got an underhook and one arm across the neck, not necessarily under the chin yet.
Now trying to get that grip. The Brazilian fighting it for now, but both hooks in on this ride for Hansen. Now body triangle in play.
You can see the Brazilian is fighting to protect her neck. She's fighting hands right there, and now it's up to her to switch position, get control of the wrists, and start to turn over and free her hips. Hansen's got that really nice, she switched it up. She's doing a really good job of controlling that wrist, and now she's wrapped around that chin. Not quite under the neck, because you can see Kiotti's trying to fight that top hand.
The Brazilian able to fight it off for now. We'll see if Hansen readjusts. You know, Hansen really setting a nice example for the young fighters that are trying to get to Invicta FC. At 20 years old, this is her 8th professional bout, 3rd fight this year. I mean, she's setting the tone. If you want to try to be active, I think you have to look at the leader in Kay Hansen and try to stay pace with her.
She's doing extremely well where she's reaching for that wrist, TJ, like I was saying earlier, pushing it down, then getting her hand into the right position for that rear naked choke. Kiotti pushes that hand off the head, but she's still trapped. She's still on the bottom there.
That body triangle no longer attached.
Nice job of shaking the hook.
She's lost that left hook. The Brazilian being very patient, but as is Kay Hansen, not losing this position, not getting too aggressive, trying to get the rear naked.
Oh, nicely done.
Now back to that body triangle.
Yeah, and here it is a method of kind of stretching your opponent out, looking for a way you can insert back underneath the chin or get some hard ground and pound. It's kind of grab, adjust, grab, adjust.
A lot of people may not realize how hard it is to actually swim your forearm underneath your opponent's chin when you are wearing gloves. Gloves are a really inhibiting factor when going for those rear naked choke battles.
They are an inhibiting factor, and your fingers can get caught at times as well. Oh, nice flip over. She really wants that choke, TJ.
She set it up with those left hands, and the Brazilian moved, and that's when Kay Hansen tried to wrap it up.
And you can see Kiotti's going, she's trying to get to a belly down position. She's being patient. She's trying to trap the choking arm so it doesn't have as much leverage, and then pull that top arm off the top, off of the back of her head.
I'm trying to go with modified figure 4 grip. Now deciding to use some punches, try to soften up Kiotti.
And by pinning that wrist, nicely done. Kiotti is able to use that to turn out.
The Brazilian will have some work to do in this final minute. She wants to swing the round back in her favor. You can see with her strikes, it may not take much to leave an impression with the judges. Not allowing Hansen to really get any space. Now she invites her back up. 45 seconds left in this first round.
Ooh, double leg attempt by Kiotti.
Got to watch that neck though. Kay Hansen in on a guillotine.
Looks like, can't tell if that's fully wrapped up, but that arm is deep, TJ.
30 seconds left here for Kay Hansen to try to wrap this up. The arm is in, as you mentioned.
And Hansen's trying to use her legs. She's using that high guard to keep the head trapped and make an adjustment. Kiotti's able to free her neck. And so now she's just in that high guard position. Hansen's trying to deliver a couple strikes there, and the Brazilian's trying to do the same from the top.
Final 10 seconds. Nice ground and pound there. Couple shots landed for Kiotti. We'll see how Kiotti wants to approach this. She had some big strikes early in round 1, but that led to a Hansen takedown. See if she's confident in throwing that here to start this round. Hansen immediately back to the center of the octagon.
And you can see by her stance, her weight is shifted to her back leg. That makes it a little bit easier to kind of catch kicks or to drive forward like that. And immediately, wow, goes right over that single leg dump. Kiotti looks like she's wrapping him. Omoplata?
Omoplata attempts here. Not a submission that you generally secure, but it does set up a lot of sweep opportunities.
It does, and she's walking her feet over the cage. The ref is warning her for having toes in the cage, and now she's kind of jammed herself up here, rolling all the way through. She's giving Hansen the opportunity to kind of take the back again and possibly tie up a crucifix.
Short little left hands here, hammer fists on the ears of Kiotti.
Kiotti really needs to get her feet in motion or her back will be taken again, which is what Hansen seems to have done. Both hooks are not quite in yet. Almost she looks as though she's setting up a twister there.
Again, the hand fight begins, something that we saw a lot. And we saw Kiotti try to sit forward and Hansen try to pull her back in. Now maybe you try to get on top. Kiotti trying to spin into the guard, unable to do so. That's shut down there by Kay Hansen. Now full mount.
And that was an explosive twist, but Hansen's got just such great hips from top position.
You can join us on Twitter tonight at TJ DeSantis, at JuliusK_fighter, at Invicta Fights, hashtag Invicta FC 37.
Hansen just did a beautiful attempt at wrapping up for a head and arm choke. Kiotti read it and was able to pull out of it, but she just hand on the ground, scooping underneath that armpit, walking the fingers up just like this, really isolating that arm.
A lot of time here for Kay Hansen to work in mount. You can see the bruise on her left leg. That was from one Kiotti kick.
Yeah, those leg kicks when she was on her back were pretty vicious. And you can see it just working patiently to get control of that elbow. Ooh, nice
beautiful left
strikes.
hands, forcing the Brazilian to scramble.
And as the Brazilian turns, yep, she's wrapping around the neck again, looking to stay tight and take her back.
Very strategic with these shots is Kay Hansen. They're trying to force an opening here. Now flattens her out for a brief moment.
And flattening your opponent like that, it's so frustrating to get out of it because you're just so ripe for shots there. Oh, Kiotti turns back in again. Nice read there. And look at Hansen's hips. Oh, that sweep attempt, that was beautiful. Kiotti read that, was able to switch back over. Now Hansen has one knee up. Oh.
Kiotti trying to either stack or make space to get free, and not exactly the way you want to do it. You can tell the Brazilian in Kay Hansen's guard here, very cautious. She doesn't want to make a mistake where she could get swept or even fall victim to an armbar, submission, something. 90 seconds left here in round number 2.
Just be very careful with Hansen's knee shield right there, but she's able to just get back to her feet. Oh, more of those vicious kicks.
Oh, slips herself, and Hansen uses the opportunity to get back to her feet.
Nice little punch there on the, and then
nice.
Beautiful double leg.
Beautiful takedown to a slam by Kay Hansen.
Kiotti's left arm is actually trapped over the top. She looks like she's trying to do a guillotine with that can. If the cage wasn't there, that could put her in a position for kind of one of those ghost chokes over the top by Hansen. I think it's prevented by the fence. Nice little scramble there.
And the pressure of Hansen being poured on here, not allowing Kiotti to get any space.
Trapping her head, but it still allows Hansen the ability to kind of pull out and get those nice strikes. She's driving that knee over the top.
Again on the back. Kiotti trying to spin back into her, but maybe an arm triangle upcoming here for Kay Hansen, short on time.
Yeah, she's got the positioning right. Now it's a matter of getting her kind of chest to the ground. Kiotti reads it, pulls all the way out, rolls through, pulls out. Seems like a hammer fist to the groin right there. Nice trip again there from Hansen. If that was deliberate, it was hard to tell from that angle, but it's happened twice.
It might just be how hard Kaliotti's throwing kicks to the legs of Kay Hansen. I mean, she throws every ounce of power that she has, and you can see that wealth on the leg of Hansen.
This is a very good match at TJ.
Absolutely, shaping up for a fun final 5 minutes.
Hansen once again right in the center of the octagon, grabs that leg, gets her down immediately.
You see Hansen was just waiting for the opportunity, not really throwing anything the way of Kiotti, and waiting for the Brazilian to throw some offense, and when she did, immediately closed the distance, and the wrestling on display of Kay Hansen tonight definitely showing its improvement.
And if you look at Kiotti's, I'm so sorry guys, left underhook, the way she was able to kind of use it, she stretched it out, she wedged it, and she's able to wedge in then her left knee to create more space. So while Hansen's working to control her head and wrapping her up, Kiotti is still looking for an opportunity to create space to improve her position. She's probably trying to do a sweep right there. Yeah, she's underhooking the leg. I'm not sure that she's going to be able to get enough leverage there because of Hansen's hips. And it looks like, yeah, she's kind of tied herself up there, and Hansen's got the mount
Kay Hansen's on the
Oh, tap.
That's a tap. That's a choke. I couldn't see if she had the grip there, but
see
she
either.
was working on it, and there it comes.
Yeah.
Nicely done, Kay Hansen. Getting a submission in round number 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes at 1 minute 14 seconds of the third round. For your winner by way of tap out due to submission, Kay Hansen.
TJ DeSantis, Julie Kazzy, Memorial Hall, Kansas City, Kansas, for Invicta FC 37. Mahalik in the black with red. Now into the clinch. This clinch taking place at open space, and now it's Messer Valencia able to get it into the fence.
And that was a nice little elbow over the top. So far, Messer Valencia has the advantage in that she's pushing Mahalik up against the cage, but you can see that she's having a hard time kind of connecting that pressure with throwing attacks. Mahalik is trying to get that elbow in there, and she's able to use her overhook. She's trying, looks like, to get bicep control on the right side or wrist control on the right side so that she can create space to either move or or get off the cage. It's kind of hard from this angle, TJ, sorry.
A lot of energy being used here as well. It's a very intense clinch battle.
Yeah.
Mahalik trying to reverse the situation, unable to do so. And a second effort, but again, same end result. Needed the body there by Mahalik.
Yeah, she's doing a nice job of reaching that in there as she's trying to readjust. Generally, the shorter fighter, they have the lower center of gravity, and so when we're doing cage work like this, it's almost easier for them to control. But Mahalik's doing a nice job of kind of pushing over the top and allowing herself the space to work. You can see she's trying to drive that right elbow through. She's coming over that underhook, dropping her hips lower. And Messer Valencia is on her underhook. She's not quite able to launch anything yet. She's kind of just trying to maintain that pin. Her head keeps getting away from where it should be. If she had her chin a little bit lower, she could drive the tip of her forehead for control. But you can see Mahalik is actually doing that herself and negating Messer Valencia's basically head control platform.
A lot of jockeying for position here on the fence, a lot of pummeling, a lot of infighting, trying to just get some control, and some strikes coming in the way of knees here by Mahalik. Now on the break, nice right hand. See an explosion of action here at space. Now again back into the clinch. Mahalik tried to secure the position, but again finds herself with her back into the cage.
And she did. It's almost like she's raised a little bit off balance in all of this. She's not able to insert one leg or the other to really utilize those underhooks and drop her body lower than Mahalik. Now Mahalik is very well balanced right here. I like what she's doing with her overhook. She's almost using it as a weapon to trap. So instead of, and pushing against the face like that is a smart thing to do. Double underhooks is generally a dominant position, but only when you can use that for control and when your head is pushed up. When you're at kind of an odd angle, it's really hard to maintain that control.
The grappling for position is constant, but also are these little strikes, whether it's the punches from Messer Valencia or it's these knees from Mahalik.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Messer Valencia is very smart to stay active with those punches. It will kind of get Mahalik thinking about defending, or it'll get her thinking about throwing her own attacks, and that's when Messer Valencia is able to reconnect. But Mahalik's got some vicious knees, and when she's pushing against the head like that, there's a real opportunity to either knee the head or slice with an elbow, which she's tried several times. Now you can see Messer Valencia fished for that trip. Didn't get the trip that way, but she did get Mahalik to the ground.
Locked up in a bit of a half guard here, call it quarter guard. Now trying to isolate that arm with her leg, and now scramble ensues, and Mahalik able to get on top, close guard.
Yeah, her
Messer
hips,
Valencia.
excuse me, her hips were a little bit too high for that to happen. She wasn't fully into that underhook on the far side arm, and now she's on her back. Now she's in her guard, wrapping up Mahalik's head, but Mahalik's able to kind of move around that.
Nice elbows to the body by Mahalik. The guard is now open. See Messer Valencia trying to induce a scramble, maybe get back to her feet, settles again into the full guard.
And pushing on the head like that is making it uncomfortable for Messer Valencia to keep that connection. You know, when she's locking her arms around the head and keeping the head down. Oh,
Got our arm triangle choke from bottom position. She's going to run out. We are headed to round number 2. Adam waits inside the Invicta FC cage. Linda Mahalik and Marissa Messer Valencia. TJ DeSantis, Julie Kazzy, Memorial Hall here in Kansas. Big punches here early. Back into the clinch. Nice knee there by Mahalik.
You can see she's controlling the right bicep of Messer Valencia so she can sneak that knee in there on the liver side. And back up against the cage, and again, taller fighter pushing the head of the shorter fighter, pushing her away so that she can't get complete control. Now she's trying to drop that elbow down, that right elbow down to get to her own underhook position. This is where I would recommend level changing, pushing off, switching up, so it's not just a pin of the taller fighter up against the cage, but it's making them, you know, have to figure out, like, use their brain a little bit more into where to put their mind. Oh, excuse me, where to put their body.
Messer Valencia trying to go for that trip takedown again. She's trying to frame it up, but Mahalik having none of it.
Nicely done there. And she read Mahalik's balance, trying to go one way, and then tried to coax out that knee and then took her to that side.
Now inside, we'll see what she elects to do here. Mahalik trying to get a guard back. Trying to sweep from this position. Has to settle for half.
And in this half guard, I think it's Messer Valencia's really got to be careful about where her hips are, where her pressure is. She's still susceptible to getting swept if she doesn't get that kind of full diagonal spread of weight.
We mentioned before, Messer Valencia, a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu brown belt. Mahalik, a purple belt.
And see how she's pressuring up forward? That's a smart thing to do because she's able to push with her hips up just a little bit. The hips don't become quite as big of a factor. If she can use that right foot to kind of base out when the inevitable sweep attempt happens.
Almost back to full guard, but Messer Valencia shutting it down for now.
Short strike there.
Saw Mahalik get on her hip. I thought she was going to try to kick away, but not able to get free.
Mahalik's very concerned with wrapping up that head. She's trying to turn her hips kind of side to side. Messer Valencia has been riding that pretty well. Her knee split should be available there in that turn. Her hand position, I think she might be trying to set up that head and arm choke again, TJ. It's a dangerous position to do it from, but she has confidence. She almost had it in the last round. Now she abandons it to attack the far side arm.
Clears the side as well. Mahalik trying to power out of the position there and then use a scramble, but unable to do so.
And this is good positioning for Messer Valencia. In this high kind of side mount, she can either go to head and arm choke or she go to that north-south position, which she's going to now.
Mahalik trying to break the angle there, trying to circle back in.
And this is where Mahalik's legs really, their longer legs, they need to come into play. She needs to be shifting her hips back and forth and fishing for a way out of that.
Fighting the hand there is Mahalik. Now they're scramble, shut down once again there by Messer Valencia. I mean, this is a smothering game here. by the Connecticut native.
It is a smothering game, and she's doing some sophisticated stuff, but not quite enough as she doesn't hold that position.
Hard right
mounted.
hands. Mahalik trying to make them count. Valencia needs to move. Big onslaught of punches here. Mahalik with left hands. They are landing. Referee taking a good look. Linda Mahalik. The onslaught slowing a little bit. Trying to get back to a guard now is Valencia, but still eating right hands. Less than 30 seconds remain here in round number 2.
Nice place for an elbow, posting on the head and slamming that. Now it's a matter of Valencia's just got to get back to her feet, or she's got to get to a top position. She's got a big cut opening up.
What a rally round there in the latter part for Linda Mahalik. Headed into this third and final round. The intensity still on the face of Linda Mahalik. She looks to be the fresher fighter here early in round number 3. We'll see if Valencia can get the fight back to the clinch and slow this down a little bit.
And this is where Mahalik really needs to control space. I don't think she wants to be in these clinch situations anymore. She needs to be at range, open up that mouse on.
You can see it, the swelling above the right eye of Valencia.
I was wondering if I saw blood already, but I didn't.
Now back into the clinch. This is where Valencia has controlled a lot of this fight. You can see a cut on the hairline, it looks like, of Linda Mahalik.
Interesting. I don't know how that happened, if they headbutted in there. I know that I didn't see a lot of hard punches landing from Valencia in that exchange, obviously from a different angle. But it looks like
sounds like it was a headbutt.
Sounds like it was, yeah, I would say, because Valencia's strategy kind of to shut down the taller fighter's striking is to just grab onto her and run her into the cage. And in doing so, that's a headbutts are kind of, they're out there for that.
It's not surprising the way that these two women have fought in this clinch, that grinding style, clash of heads is going to happen. And sometimes when it does, this is the end result. So far, the referee allowing them to work. And Mahalik trying to put Valencia into the fence. We repeat the pattern with Valencia getting the better of the position.
Yeah, Valencia's got that left underhook. Her head's not quite in the right position, but she's still able to control somewhat. Mahalik's throwing knees, looking for the opportunity to get that elbow across the face. I think that it would be a good idea to look about, or to push there and kind of look for a shift of hips as well. Valencia has been able to get her to the ground several times by just kind of going for leg trips and then capitalizing on the secondary step. It's a lot of blood there, TJ.
It's not stopping the aggression, though, of Mahalik, who's trying to fight out of this position. We talked about how it looked like Mahalik was the fresher fighter to start the third, but Valencia, this is still very taxing, and she seems to have the energy and strength to control her opponent.
She does. She's really holding on tightly. She's keeping her pinned. Mahalik's not getting off the cage, and even though I don't think Mahalik even notices the blood, to be honest, I don't think it's occurred to her. Oh, disengagement.
Now back at space. Mahalik coming alive, but see some nice straight hands there by Valencia. Now back in the clinch. These atomweights definitely going to work here. Back in the clinch. Blood everywhere from that cut.
Chris, we've got only a minute and a half. Let's go.
Double underhooks here from Valencia.
And you can just see her strategy to just kind of swarm and stay on top of her opponent and shut down her striking by holding on, pinning her, and then finding an opportunity to get her to the ground whenever she can. It's interesting. What I find, oh, nicely done there. Mahalik's trying to step to the side there, wrap up with the double overhooks and weight down and then shift her hips to the side. She should keep trying that. She should keep going side to side. Now you can see Valencia's she had her leg inserted. She could use it as a trip point against a taller fighter if she tried to shift that direction.
Final minute of this atomweight fight.
This is one of those battles where they are going to sleep very soundly tonight, TJ. They're putting everything into these exchanges.
No one's going to question the work ethic or the heart of either of these athletes. Final 45, back at space. Again, Valencia gets the clinch.
You know, it's not a pretty strategy, but it certainly has been an effective one in terms of keeping herself from a lot of damage from the end of the taller fighter's punches. She's eaten a lot of knees tonight, but she's also controlled her opponent in, I don't know what the statistics are for how much cage control time it's been. She's definitely kept Mahalik up against the fence and on the defense.
Make some space. Final 10 seconds of the fight.
Nice.
What a fight, what a war. Atomweights go 15 minutes inside the Invicta FC cage. Credit to Marissa Valencia, Linda Mahalik. All right, we have our decision. It lies with Ray Flores.
Ladies and gentlemen, having gone the distance, we go to the scorecards. Here are your score totals. The judges scored the contest 30-27, 30-27, and 29-28 for your winner by unanimous decision, Linda F109 Mahalik.
Definitely a mixed martial arts fan, to say the least. She was soaking in the atmosphere here tonight. And Van Hoos. Marcela Silva. Punches immediately here in the center. Ooh, stumbled there. Big head movement here by Van Zandt. Now trying to close the distance, getting into the clinch. Nice right hand there. That may be the hurt knee of Shino Van Hoos, and that's a wrap. Not the way that Van Hoos wanted to return, but clearly that knee, it gave out on her.
Yeah, I want to see the angle of that kick. It looked like it was just below the kneecap, TJ. It may have hit the nerve and the pressure on it, or the positioning of it.
We hope it was.
Look into that. So Van Zandt throws this kick. Oh, right, yeah, right over the top of the kneecap, excuse me. And it looks like the foot turned and, you know, the knee twisted over. Wow.
Nice sign
One
of
more time. Yeah,
there
beautiful
as well.
sign of sportsmanship. Hard right kick. She goes in, Van Zandt goes in for the finish. Van Hoos waves her off and she walks away. Great presence of mind there from Van Zandt.
A lot of action going on here tonight in Kansas City. Don't forget our main event later tonight, flyweight division.
You can already hear Pearl's fans getting riled up.
We see just a peek at one of our Invicta FC fans, Halle Berry, in the house tonight, researching a role. Great to see her take in her first ever Invicta FC. Definitely a mixed martial arts fan, to say the least. She was soaking in the atmosphere here tonight in Kansas City, and it's great to have her here at the worldwide leader in women's mixed martial arts. Two athletes embrace here in the center of the octagon.
Good sportsmanship, sportswomanship.
A lot of respect between these two ladies, but tonight the victory does go the way of Lindsey Van Zandt. To make it official, here's Ray.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee in charge, Marcio La Selva, stops the contest at 39 seconds of the first round for your winner by TKO, the damsel, Lindsey Van Zandt.
Lindsey Van Zandt accomplishing a bit of history tonight. That is the fastest TKO in atomweight history. TJ DeSantis, Julie Kazzy, Memorial Hall here in Kansas City for Invicta FC 37. Oof. Big right hand misses by the Brazilian. Southpaw Agapova with a kick.
It's showing a nice awareness of distance in here, TJ.
Nice kick by Agapova, found the lead leg of Santos. Big power thrown here early. Nice right hand by the Brazilian, answered by a combination from Agapova. Kick to the body.
Goodness.
Flurry of punches. They weren't kidding when they said they expected a stand-up war.
Yeah, Santos really has a strong overhand, and Agapova's looking for that kick. She's nicely placed for a kick to the liver in those combos.
Mentioned Agapova, hailing from Kazakhstan, now residing and training at American Top Team in Coconut Creek.
Man, they're fast.
And not afraid to take a couple to give a couple.
Looks like Santos is getting a little bit more cautious, looking for her opportunity a little bit more. She knows that Agapova's got some super fast hooks there. Wow, big,
nice left
big
hand
left.
finds a home.
Oof.
The Brazilian answers with a right hand, now in the clinch. Santos trying to put Agapova into the fence. Agapova trying to fight through it, maybe get her back away from the cage.
And that was smart instinct by Santos. She was wrapped up high. She went, lowered her level, got underneath, and pushed Agapova to the cage. Agapova's motion is very hard to track. She's extremely fast, and those limbs are very long.
Double underhooks here for Santos. Mentioned she has a brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and she decided to just take a seat there and drag Agapova down.
Yeah, I don't know if she was trying for a lateral toss or she just decided it was time to play on the ground, but, you know, guard is a wonderful position in Jiu-Jitsu. It's a hard position when you're getting punched in the face.
What's the old adage? You take a black belt, hit him in the face, brown belt,
purple belt, blue belt, white belt. I think I'm sub-white belt for the damage I got at this point.
I was going to say, what happens when you start with a white belt?
Now, if you look at their hand positioning on the ground, Agapova's,
heavy ground and pound there.
And their hand positioning is no longer the same on the ground. That was a big, explosive overhand kind of combo there. Look at Santos's hips. This is exactly what she needs to be doing.
Trying to get this arm bar here. Agapova. See how she adjusts.
Agapova's blocking the arm bar with her right arm braced on the thigh of Santos. Santos is 90 degrees and she's locked around that arm. Her feet, she's got to get her toes out of the cage, but her feet are kind of crossed like that so she can hold on and get that leverage a little more. If she had the arm completely isolated, she could yank down on the head.
Nicely done by Agapova to swim back in. Now you see Santos trying to get away from that cage, maybe trying to get that armbar again.
Yeah, and she's she's locked on that. She's got the arm over the head. Agapova's defending once more. Oh, wow.
Able to get the elbow clear.
Big punches.
Agapova trying to make her pay for the offensive attempts.
Santos wraps up. She's got that overhand, she's wrapped over the top, and then she's using her feet to move around. She's using very good hips from the bottom, but she's getting a lot of damage in between when she's missing the armbar. She's getting hit quite a bit there.
Under a minute left here in this first round.
And you can see she attempted to push that knee up into the bicep.
See Agapova, she postures up when she tries to throw that ground and pound, which can leave her open a little bit. Power coming down, not something you want to get hit with.
It's not. And you know, Santos is doing really great jiu-jitsu things on the ground, looking for that sweep, opening up her legs and looking for the arm bars, which she really needs to start incorporating get-up attempts or get-up, at least feints at getting to her feet so she can switch positioning.
Agapova is so long inside this guard, she's able to throw elbows in a way that other fighters just aren't able to. Santos hurt.
Oh my goodness, oh wow.
Short on time, Agapova trying to finish
here. Wow, TJ, whoa.
I don't know if that was the bell or if that was the end of the round.
It looked like the ref called
That's
it.
it. It is done. Maria Agapova, victorious. First round TKO stoppage. Nicely done.
And throwing is just like staying on top of her. And that top knee that Santos could have been using as a continual brace, it's not really enacted. It's not really pushing against her torso or her hips. So it might be construed as intelligently defending herself.
It is a stoppage victory for Maria Agapova. To make it official, here's Ray.
Ladies and gentlemen, a referee in charge, Marcio La Silva, waves off the contest. 4 minutes, 55 seconds of the first round for your winner by TKO, Maria Agapova.
8-1 as a pro, 2-0 inside the Invicta FC octagon, Maria Agapova.